Wait, so string three, you said it took longer than, sorry, you cut out for a second. So it took longer than you thought, but it was good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. If you ever have any questions, let me know. String three is pretty hard, so like definitely take some time. If you feel like it's like taking too long, and you like can't finish all the homework, but you're pretty fast, so I think you can. But in the rare case that that happens, just let me know. Yeah, just let me know. We can go over any problems you want. So yeah, but great job. Karen, how's homework for you?
It was pretty good. Like I could do all most of it. I just have like one or two questions.
Okay, perfect. And Kate, how's homework for you?
It was pretty good as well. I had like one question, but
Mhm.
yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay. So let's go over homework questions first, and then we'll jump into the new content for today. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay, um, so this is kind of our plan for today. So we're gonna review any homework questions. Christian didn't have any, so we'll just go over your guys's. And then there's like kind of like separate plans for both of you guys. So Christian, I've kind of laid down a list of problems I'll explain and just have you do an hack rank. Um, like at any time, like if you have questions, you want to like talk to me about something, just let me know. Like I'll discuss them with you. Um, but I'll give you the problems and you can work on them. And then I'm gonna do some like just like the fundamentals review with Karen and Kate, and hopefully we'll get that done by today. Um, yeah, I'm still talking about having like Christian, you get like switch to other class, but I think it's like a work in progress right now. So for now, like yeah, we'll all be together. And then I haven't put your homework up yet, but the homework will be up by the end of class. Okay, so homework questions. So Karen, you first.
Okay, so okay, let me get to it. Okay, can I share my screen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is the one that I had like
Ah,
I don't really know what was wrong.
okay. So um, given an int n, return the absolute difference between n and 21. It could return double the absolute difference if n is over 21. So looking at your code looks right. Um, but actually, Christian, do you wanna give this one a shot? Like your conceptually, your code is all correct. Like I can see like you understand the problem, but there's just like something wrong with your coding syntax. So Christian, do you wanna give her a hand?
Uh, mm, okay. Do I just say okay? I feel like the n is greater than 21. Uh, isn't it's less than or equal to, I believe.
Um, no, I think that part's right. So I'll go ahead and say it. Basically in Java, you can't put like the little like lines as like the absolute value. Like I know that's how you write it in like real life, but in
Mm-hmm.
Java, you can't do that. So you actually have to like. So the thing is, if n is greater than 21, they're asking you to return twice the difference, right? So two times the difference, but you don't need the absolute value there because n minus 21 would be a positive number because n is greater than 21. So you can get rid of the lines there. So that's your main problem. That's your only problem really. It's just like it's not like proper Java syntax. And then okay, so you can try and run this. So you see you're getting some things wrong. It's because so take a look. So now like like whenever you have to troubleshoot your code, like you can try looking at what you're getting wrong. So look at like, the first case, like you when you plug in 19 and then see like what's happening there. So what do you think is happening?
It shows up as a negative number
Yeah, it shows up as -2. So why do you think that is?
because mm, the absolute value sign, or is it because of that part? Like the n is greater than 21?
So the number n is 19, right? So if you plug in n equals 19 into your code, like what would like, can you like kind of walk me through what would happen in your code if n is 19? Like would you go into the if statement or would you go into the else statement?
Um, into the if statement.
The if n is greater than 21. But I thought we said n is 19.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, wouldn't you have to be like, wouldn't it have to go through that?
No, Christian, I see you have a hand. Go ahead.
Wait, do I say it?
Yeah, fair.
So in the else statement, right, the return n minus 21, it's the other way. It should be 21 minus n.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, so if we like kind of explain, so the kind of method, the div21 method you're writing is supposed to work for any number n that gets plugged in, right? So if you look at the
mhm,
right, and you look at all the cases that are running, you see the red ones are the ones you're getting wrong, right? So why are we
yeah.
getting those wrong? So let's take a look at the very first one. So when n is 19, they're expecting you to return an answer of 2, right? Because the difference between 19 and 21 is 2. But when we run our code, it's returning -2. So why is that? So we can actually go look at the code you wrote and kind of walk through it, right? So if n is 21, then the very first thing you wrote is check if n is greater than 21, right? So is 19
Mhm.
greater than 21? It's not. So we're gonna skip over the if and then enter into the else block, right? So then in the
Mhm.
else block, it's saying return n minus 21. So now we know why we're returning -2 instead of 2, because we're returning 19 minus 21. So we know that like that's the problem that we have to fix in our code. It's like that part right there. So since in the else block, if we like go into the else block, that means n is not greater than 21. N is less than 21. So we know that
Mhm.
if we want to return a positive number, because the absolute value, like they want us to return a positive number, let's do 21 minus n, not n minus 21. So your like if statement
Okay,
part was perfect. Yeah, it was just the else part. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, perfect.
okay.
Yeah. So um that's just a helpful thing to do whenever you're getting like code wrong. Always like look at like what you're getting wrong and then try to like walk through your code and figure out which part of your code is giving you the error. So that's a really helpful tool. But yeah, great job.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you say you had one more question or was that everything?
I think that was everything because my other one, it also had to do with absolute values. So I think I
Perfect.
just need to erase. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay,
Yeah, my question was actually like the same absolute value one,
mhm.
but now I understand it.
Oh, okay, perfect. Um, okay, great guys. So I guess that was all the homework questions. So let me share my screen. Okay, so Christian, I will put these problems in the Zoom chat. So go ahead and take a crack at them. And then Kate and Karen, we're gonna kind of do an interactive fundamental review today. So by the end of
Okay.
today's class, hopefully you guys will be comfortable with like all the Java basics. And then once you're comfortable with that, you guys can start doing hackering problems. But like more coding stuff, which is fun. Okay. So yeah, Christian, you good? Thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Okay. And Kate and Karen, do you guys have clips?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you don't have to pull it out now, but you might have to pull it out in a second or like later on. Okay, so if you haven't seen this website before, it's called W3 Schools, and it's basically just like a really helpful website because it has like kind of all the basics of Java like written out. So we're just kind of shoot through these, and there's like questions for each topic that we'll kind of go through together. And my hopeful plan is that by the end of today we get through like all of these, which seems like a lot, but I think you guys can do it. Okay, so no, not here. That's a little too far back. Okay, let's start here. So Java syntax is really simple. Basically, you need a main method in every single class, which is what I told you guys last week, right? The main method is like the special method, and it looks like this: public static void main string brackets args, and this is kind of what runs everything, right? So right here in our main method, we have a system.out.println method, and this prints hello world, right? So I'm sure you guys know how to print. So okay, test exercise. Karen, what goes in the first blank? So this is our code, and we want to print out hello world.
Okay. System
Like that?
println
There's
or
three
system
blanks.
system out println.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, that's wrong. Okay, so you're really close, but it's capital S. Well, yeah, great job.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, do you guys know how to do comments? How to make comments in your code?
Can you do like
Quotations?
that, like slashes, like the slashes, two of them, or like
Yeah. So this one? Wait, sorry.
Oh.
This one?
yeah, that one I think.
It's actually this one. I'm
Oh,
joking.
okay,
Yeah.
I meant to
It's
do it.
it's the backslash. Yeah. Christian, we did the okay, and then how do you do a multi-line comment? Christian, for you, we did jumping on the clouds revisited, not jumping on the clouds. This is like jumping on the clouds, not revisited. If you scroll further down in the list, you should see it. Yeah. Okay, so do you guys know how to do a multi-line comment?
No, I'm not sure.
Mm.
Wait, what does it mean by multi-line? Like,
So yeah, that's a great question. So this is a multi-line comment, right? So in Java, if you want to make a one-line comment, you say like, you just do two slashes here, right? At the bottom.
yeah.
But let's say I want to type like this whole paragraph, right? Like I'm typing like an essay or something. So I don't want to go through every single line and do like slash 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 slash. So what you can do
Yeah.
is actually surround it with slash star, and then star slash.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is a multi-line comment. So it comments everything inside. So that's kind of what I do for like our class plan. If you notice, like I write out like what we're gonna do in class today. This is like one huge multi-line comment. So yeah, and there's like a single line
Wait,
comment.
what's the difference?
Single line comment is like they're both comments, but a single line comment is like only one line. So if I wanted to continue typing like on the next line, this is not a comment anymore. This will just give me an error. But if I do
Okay, got it.
yeah. If I do a multi-line comment, I can type as much as I want, like on as many lines as I want. Yeah. So it's slash star and then star slash. Okay, perfect. Next, you guys are going really fast. I think we got the print already, so let's just jump to variable. Okay, perfect. So in Java, there are these things called data types, which I'm sure you guys have learned already, right? So here, I'll go ahead and hide those. Can you guys take turns and just name like some of the data types you remember in Java? I'll start, like string.
Okay. Int.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's one. Okay.
Like, isn't like math dot something or like
Not quite. Do you guys know what data types are? Yes, no.
oh wait, double is double it?
Yeah, double is one. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So string, int, double. Okay, Karen, your turn.
I don't know.
Okay, Kate, do you have another one?
I don't know. Like, I don't know exactly like what is like the clear definition of
Okay. So I'll go ahead and explain. So you guys were really close. So like two more. It's like character, like char, and then boolean. So basically in Java, data type is like a data type is like the type of variable. So let's say I want to make a variable x, and I make it equal to 10, right? So I'll say int. Wait, I'll do it in here. So I'll say int x equals 10, right? So now let's say I want to make a string name, and I'll make it my name, right? So I'll say string like my name equals Solomon. Okay, now let's say I wanted to print so let's say I wanted to add these two things together, x plus my name. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, can I add a number and a word together? Yeah, that doesn't make
no.
sense. Yeah, right. That doesn't make sense. It's like adding like an apple with an orange, right? Like they're like different things. I can add numbers with other numbers, and I can add words to other words to make like a sentence, right? But I can't add like numbers to words. That just doesn't make sense, right? And so that's where the whole data type thing in Java comes in. It's like kind of like classifying like information into different like data types, right? So that's why we have our five like base data types right here. So strings are basically for like words, just text in general, sentences, and they go in double quotation marks. And then you have the two number ones here. So int, which is just whole numbers, integers, and then they say float here, but we actually use doubles more. But doubles are just for like decimal place numbers, so like 10.1, 10.2, 10.0. And then you have characters, which are for single characters, so like A, B, C, D, E. And then you have booleans, which literally only holds either true or false. So those are kind of the five main data types in Java. And it's like with these are like the five like basic ones, and you can make a variable out of like any of these five. So follow so far?
Yeah.
Perfect. So in order to make a variable in Java, it's really simple. You just say the type and then the name equals and then whatever you want to set it to, right? So like string name equals John. And then if you print the name variable, you print out John. Right? Here you can make number variables that equal 15, and then if you print name, like my num, it'll print 15. And it's pretty basic like that. Okay, so now that that's done, let's go ahead and do the variables exercises. So, hey, you go first this time. I want to create a variable named car name and assign the value Volvo to it. So remember the format, right? It's like data type, name equals value. So what data type do you think this is?
Would it be string?
Exactly, it is string, right? How did you know that?
Because it's like words. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because you want it to equal Volvo, which is like the word, right? So then, Karen, what would go in the second one here?
Car name.
Exactly, right? The name of the variable. And then, Kate, what's the last one?
Volvo.
Okay, so perfect. So like that.
Wait, wouldn't it need quotations on
Yeah,
it?
great catch. So it actually does need quotation marks around it, remember? So all strings need quotation. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Kate, wanna take this one? I'll do the whole thing.
So it would be int. Oh, wait.
Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna change it.
Wait, would it be string?
Um,
I think it would be int. Because it's a number. Oh, wait, yeah, int.
exactly,
Yeah,
int, right? Because you want it to be
yeah, because the value is a number.
exactly. Okay, so now we'll go in here.
Max speed,
And then the last one.
120.
Yeah. Okay. Karen, you take this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it. Do you understand the
Okay,
directions? So like they want us to display the sum of 5% using two variables x and y. So we have y equals 10 here, and we want to print out like 15, but we're missing an x, right? So
okay, int
yeah. Mhm.
x would equal 5.
Exactly. Perfect.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Kate, this is all you.
Okay, so wait, I'm not like sure.
Do you understand the direction?
Oh, would it be int x,
X.
and then you would do system out print and then write wait, int z, sorry, int z.
Mhm.
And then system out print z.
Yeah,
Int z.
perfect. No, it's
Okay.
you got it right the first time. It's just z. Because when you like say the
Okay.
data type like int, Java thinks like you're making a new like z. So yeah, z is perfect.
Okay.
Okay. And then okay, I didn't like say this one explicitly, but it's just this little like shortcut. You don't need to know it, but like if you're trying to make a bunch of like string variables or a bunch of variables, like a bunch of the same type of variables, you don't have to do them on different lines. So like if I wanted to say like int a equals 1, int b equals 2, int c equals 3, and let's say I wanted to do the whole alphabet, right? I don't have to actually type them one by one. I can just say like I can put them on one line, like so it's like comma int a equals 1, comma a equals 2, comma c equals 3, comma. So just like that, but it's not really important. It's just like it's like a little shortcut. You don't really know. Okay, perfect. We can also do data type. So Karen and then Kate and then Karen and then Kate and then Karen. So there are 5 variables here, and each one is a different data type. So I want you guys to basically take turns and like fill in the data types.
Okay. Int.
Yeah, perfect. Because it's a whole number. Okay,
Double.
okay, so technically
Or
for yeah, it's we'll use double. So like I like that you said double, but just for like the website we use for it. So, yeah, but yeah, great job. We're basically double. Karen.
string.
Oh,
Oh wait. Char.
yeah, char. It's char because it's like a single letter, right?
Yeah.
And you notice that all the chars they don't use the quotation marks. They have like one single apostrophe. So that's how you can tell. All chars will have like an apostrophe, and then all strings will have quotations. Yeah. Okay, Kate.
Boolean.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then string. With the capital A sense,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. You guys got it. Okay, so this is primitive. Don't need to know that. Okay, so one other like this is kind of an advanced concept, and you guys will kind of learn this more as you code more and more. But there is a way in Java to switch between data types. So you can switch from like an integer to like a double, right? So that means that like if I have, let's say I'll make an integer like my int, and I set it equal to 10, right? If I go ahead and print this variable out, right, it's going to print 10, right? And this is an int, it's a whole number. But what I can actually do is called cast it. Let's say I want to change it into a decimal point, like 10.0, right? I want to change it into a double. I can actually cast it into a double by like typing out like double in parentheses in front of it. And this changes it, this changes my int from an integer into a double. So now if you go ahead and print it, you see there's a like a little decimal right after it, right? 10.0. So I've just changed it into a double. So all you really need to know for now about like changing data types in Java is that it's called casting, and it'll become really useful later on, right? So for here, um, double my so we're making a double variable called my double, and it's equal to 9.78, right? And then we're making an int variable called my int, and I want it to equal my double, but as an integer, as a whole number, not as a decimal number. So I need to cast it from a double to an int. I'm going to change it into an int. So Kate, can you tell me how I can do that?
Would it be
We got it. It's just like what I just did.
wait, so would it be like double or
So I have to when I want to cast something, I have to type like the data type of what I want to change it into. So I'm trying to change this double into an int. So I have to type. I want to change it into an integer.
I'm not sure. Like
Okay. Karen, I'm gonna give that a hand.
even 9.78.
It is not. So, if I go back, so like right here, I had this int and I wanted to change it into a double, so I wrote double in parentheses. So right here, I have this double and I want to turn it into an int, so I have to write int in parentheses. So you just write,
Okay.
yeah, you just like type the what you want to turn it into.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then I think we can go ahead and do this because this is really easy. So there are these things in Java called operators, which is just like plus, minus. There's a couple different types. So there's like the math operators, like plus, minus, times, divide. And then there are the Boolean operators, which are, there's the comparison operators, like equal, like is this equal to something, or is this not equal to something, right? Or is this greater than something or less than something? And then there's the logical operators, so like this and this are true, this or this is true, um, this is like not true, right? You guys kind of use all of those like inside your coding at home. When you do like, it's like remember these like that we did last class that I gave you guys for homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are like you know how you write like and or like equals in the if statement. These are all the like the logical operators. So you guys kind of already know all this stuff. It just they make it like sound fancy, right? So I think the only important thing that you guys need to know here is that there's this one math operator called like mod, and it's like the percent sign. So it basically is like remainder. So I'm sure you guys have learned like this is probably a long time ago for you guys, but remember in like in elementary school when you learned how to do division, they taught you guys to do like a remainder. So if I said like what is 10 divided by 3, it says like 3 remainder 1, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so the mod operator in Java is just asks for the remainder. So if I say like system.out.print like 10 10% 3, which is 10 mod 3, it's gonna print 1 because 1 is the remainder. So I'll go ahead and give you guys like a little. So, oops. Karen, if I ask you if I print 7 mod 2, what's the answer?
1.
1 exactly. Okay. Kate, if I do like 100 mod 5, what's the answer?
Would it be? Wait, wouldn't it just be 0?
Exactly, yeah, it'll be 0 because there's no remainder. Yeah, so whenever you see mod, just like divide it and then just the answer's like the remainder. So just like a nifty little trick that like will be super helpful in Java in any coding is that if you want to find out like if some number is even or odd, like let's say you're doing a method like let's say this is one of your homework methods, right? Like homework problems. So the method on coding that. So let's say the method is called like public static void. No, public static int like even. It's called even or odd, and it takes in some number n. And basically, you need to return a. So let's say you need to return whether the number they give you is even or odd. So if it's an even number, you return the word even, and if it's odd, you return the word odd. So can you guys think of any like formula using the mod operator that would kind of tell you whether a number is even or odd? Like, what number would you have to mod by in order to figure out if it's even or odd?
2 or
Yeah, it
3.
is 2. Yeah, that was really fast. Why do you say 2?
Um, because like any even number can be divided by 2.
Exactly, right? So any even number mod 2, mod 2 will equal 0 because there's no remainder, and every odd number mod 2 will equal 1 because it's odd, right? So if n mod 2 is equal to 0, that means it's even, so we return even. And then otherwise, so else, n mod 2 must equal like 1 or mod 0, right? So we return odd. And then we can go ahead and test our code, right? So let's say we want to print even or odd. Let's test number. Karen and Kate, give me some random numbers. Any number. Your favorite number? Okay.
4.
4. Okay.
4.
Yeah, let's try 4. So technically, if this thing runs correctly, it'll print even. Right? Boom, it printed even. Okay. And we'll try some other number. So Karen, give me your number.
117.
117.
Mhm.
Okay. Boom. It's odd. So there you go, right? So this is like a really nifty little trick that'll come in really handy, right? So even in odd numbers, you can just do mod 2. Okay. So that being said, we can go through these operator exercises, and they should be pretty self-explanatory. So, Kate, we'll start with you. What do I put in the
Like like this star thingy.
Yeah, multiply. Exactly.
Yeah,
Asterisk.
multiplication.
Yeah. Exactly. Karen.
The slash, like the division.
Exactly. Yeah. Divide. Um, okay. And then again, these are just tricks. You don't really need to know these, but they're just nice to know. In Java, let's say I have some like number variable. If I want to add 1 to it, I can say x equals x plus 1. Right? It's pretty intuitive, right? So now if I print x, it'll be 1. If I want to subtract 1, I can also say x equals x minus 1. This makes sense so far, right? It's pretty simple. But I can also subtract. I can also add 1 to x by saying x plus equals 1. And this is the exact same thing as this. It's just like a little shorthanded. In the same way, I can say x minus equals 1, which is just subtract 1 from x. There's like a third way to do it. It's just like x plus plus, which is just add 1 to x, and then x minus minus, which is just subtract 1 to x. So these all mean the exact same thing. They're just different ways of writing it. So here, when they say add 1 to x, Karen, what would do you remember what I would type in the blank? I can go back to the other page if you need.
Would it be 1 plus equal? Wait, I don't know. Can you go back?
Yeah. I only have space for 2 characters, if that gives you a hint.
Okay.
That has to be one of these.
Okay, wait, would it be plus plus?
Yeah, it would be plus plus. Exactly. Nice. And then, Kate, you want to take this one?
Yeah. Wait, wouldn't it just be plus? Or
So you're close, but if I only say x plus 5, yeah, like that's 10 plus 5 is 15, but you're not like saving anything. So x will still be 10. You have to have
so
an
is it
equal
x
sign.
plus equal?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's x plus equal.
yeah, x plus equal.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, why can't it be like oh wait, never mind. I think I get it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. If you remember your question, that makes sense. But yeah. Again, it's the same thing as saying like x equals x plus 5. It's just like a little shorter, faster than that. But it means the same. Okay. So that is operators. You guys basically got it. And then now we'll just run into strings. So making a string variable is the same thing as making any other variable. String, name, a variable equals, quotation marks, whatever you want the string to be, right? Okay, so the important thing about strings in Java, there's 3 things. So 1, you can add strings to other strings. So it's like, I think like once I like type it out, it'll be pretty self-explanatory, right? So let's say I have like a string like name equals like my name, right? Solomon. And then let's say I have a string sentence, right? Equals is 19, right? Let's say I want to combine these 2 things and print it out. Hey, I'm gonna give it a shot. Like, what would I type like inside my print statement? How would I kind of combine these things?
Like name plus sentence?
Yeah, exactly.
Or like yeah.
Yeah, it's just name plus sentence, right? Very self-explanatory. You can add strings together in Java. Unfortunately, you cannot subtract. You cannot like subtract, but you can like add stuff together, right? This is called concatenation. Very fancy word, but it just means to add strings together. That's number 1. Number 2, is that you can actually remember when I said like the point of data types in Java is so that you can't add like numbers to strings. Well, you actually can add numbers to strings, so I lied. So let's say I have a number, right? Like int age. Let's say int age equals 19, right? So now I want to print, let's say I want to print like, let's say this. I want to print Solomon is, but like Solomon is 19, but like not the word 19, like the number 19. So I'll say like string age equals okay, like Okay, so little uh, quiz for you guys. So I have 3 strings and 1 int variable here. So I have my name string, so Solomon is, and then I have 19 as a word and 19 as a number. And I want to print Solomon is 19 with a number. So what would I type in my print statement? Karen?
Name plus sentence
Mhm.
plus age number.
Exactly, right? And this is a string and this is a string, but age number is actually an integer, right? It's a number. So you might think it's weird, but if you run the code, it actually prints, right? Solomon is 19 as a number. So if you actually can add numbers to strings. So strings are actually really cool because you can add like any number you want, anything you want to them. So you can add like a character. I'm pretty sure if you say like character like my character equals like let's say that's A, right? And then I say plus the character, it'll still run, right? So it'll just say like it'll just slap on at the end. That's why strings are really cool because you can literally just slap stuff onto them and it just like all gets absorbed into like a string. It's like one big giant string. So yeah, that's basically what you can do with
Wait,
string.
I have a question.
Yeah, for sure.
So basically, without like the string age word equals 19, like it'll still print out like Solomon is 19, like regularly.
Like if I say,
Like the integer.
like if I do this,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll still do that.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, that's because like even though we made this age word like variable, we're not actually like using it or printing it or anything.
Yeah.
So like it might as well just not be there. Like what would be different? Yeah. Good question. Okay. So we can go ahead and do these first 3. So yeah, Karen, do this one strong.
Okay. Okay, string equals hello with quotation marks.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Oh, wait. Hang on. Okay, so one other thing about strings is that Java basically made pre-made methods that you can use with strings. So like there's a bunch of methods like that strings kind of have by default because like when the creators of Java were making Java the language, they were like, strings are really useful. So let's make a bunch of methods that like people can just automatically use with them, right? So there's a couple important. So remember, I said methods are verbs, right? It's like stuff you do with them, with things. So I can basically say like string.length, right? So if I say print name, my name dot length, it's gonna print the name. It's gonna print the length of this name variable. So since Solomon is 7 letters long, it's gonna print 7. So we can go ahead and run it and see it'll print 7. So dot length is a really important method, string method. Let's see. There's like 2 uppercase. So if I say name dot 2 uppercase, it'll print the entire string in uppercase like that. There's 2 lowercase, it'll print in lowercase. So the point is there's like a bunch of different string methods and you don't have to memorize all of them, right? Don't panic. They're all online. You can literally just search like on the W3 Schools website or like on any website. You can just search up like string methods, and then here at the bottom they have Java string methods. So if you go to this page, there's like all these methods, right? And you don't need to memorize these because if you ever need to use these, you can probably look them up, right? So it's just important that you know how to use them. So for this one, Kate, what do you think should go? Wait, this one. What do you think should go in the blank to make this work? So I want to print the length of the txt string.
So
Mhm.
would be text. The length, I think.
Yeah, there's a length method, right? So like that.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, you are really close. Really, really close. But basically at the end of every method, you have to put parentheses. So like that, length parentheses. That's how Java knows like
Oh,
okay,
okay.
yeah, that's how Java knows like okay, it's a method, so I have to like do the length method. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Karen, you wanna give this one a shot? So convert txt to FFS.
Okay, so text
Mhm.
and then two
Uh-huh.
and then uppercase U
Mhm.
and then yeah, and then case with C capitalized
Like that.
and then
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Got it. Okay. Okay. So how do I do this one then? I want to concatenate these strings together.
you do the plus symbol.
Exactly, right? I'm just like adding these two strings together. Um, oh, you don't really need to know this, but there's a dot append string method that does the same thing as a plus. Oh, it's not dot append. Concat. It doesn't really matter. Okay. And then like again, so this is just I'll go ahead and show you guys how to do this one. But this is just an example of why like string methods are really, really useful and cool, right? So I have this txt string, and it's like hello everybody, right? 2 words. So I want to print the position of the first letter E in the string. So that's like this one right here, right? So how would I even like look for that? So they're actually built in string methods. So let's see, I would say txt dot, and then there's a method called index of, which is like position of, and then I have to say position of what? The letter E. So I say E. Where's the string? No, let me stick. No, I think it's this. Let's try this. Yeah, like that. So it's just like cool because you can combine all these different methods together, these string methods, and you can do a bunch of like super useful stuff. So yeah, that's strings in a nutshell. How are you guys feeling so far? We basically so far we've covered like comments, like printing, different data types, operators, and strings. So we've actually covered a lot. Yeah, how are you guys feeling?
Good. Like I understand it. Yeah, I
Okay,
understand.
okay, that's good. That's good. It's not like we only have what 10 more minutes, and then I'll give you guys a break because you guys deserve it, and then we'll come back after, and then we will like I want to get you guys like coding. So I'll start giving you guys some like little exercises you can do, and I think it'll be really helpful. Okay, so there's just like a few more stuff. Really, I'll try to make it like super short. So there's this. So when the creators of Java, when the creators of Java were making Java, so they were like, oh, a couple things are useful that let's include these in the language. So one thing they did was they added a bunch of like string methods you can use. So another thing they did was they made a class, a Java class called map with a capital M. And so when I say class, you might think, hey, that sounds kind of familiar, right? And that is because, like, remember I showed you guys last time, like all these like text files and clips that you guys like are coding in, these are all classes, right? Because it says like class and the class name, and then this whole thing is inside the brackets of the class. So one of these files is like its own class, right? So like I named this one class 16, there's like class 15, class, like all these different classes that I've made. And these are all class files, right? So
Yeah.
when the people of Java were making Java, they literally made a class like file on their like Eclipse or whatever, and they called it math with a capital M. So there's this math class in Java, and it basically has a bajillion different methods you can use to do like number stuff. And then when they like officially published like Java version 1.00 for the world to see, right? They basically made this math class like they put it like into the language so that like basically anybody can use it, right? Everybody who like uses Java can access all of the math like methods that they made and put in there, right? So just like how they made a bunch of string methods, they made a bunch of math methods, right? So there's a bunch of really useful math methods that again you don't need to memorize. They're already pre-built into the language, but like you should know like the common ones and how to use them, right? So let's say I have like two variables, like I'll say int x equals 10, int y equals 15, right? So let's say I want to take the square root of 10. I don't actually know what it is. Obviously, it's not a whole number. But what I can do is say math with a capital M dot sqrt for square root, and then I can say x, right? And basically, what this would do is calculate the square root for me, and we can print it out. And this is the square root of 10, apparently, right? Let's say I wanted to calculate the area of a circle with a, I'll just go ahead and write it. Int radius equals 5. Okay, so Karen, what's the formula to calculate the area of this circle right here with the radius of 5?
2 pi r. Oh wait,
Uh,
no, pi r
it's,
squared.
yeah, it's pi r
Pi r
squared, right? Yeah. So we'll say radius times radius, like so radius squared, and then times pi, right? So what is pi? Can you tell me what pi is?
3.14.
Yeah, but like I want it like a little more accurate.
3.141. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I
So
only know.
yeah. I only know 3.14 too, right? So it's hard. We don't know it off the top of our heads, right? But we can literally say math.pi, right? And that's something that Java like has in the math class, right? So they've already stored pi, the number, so they can accurately calculate the radius for us, right? So we can actually just print like pi, math.pi. I think it's like 3.1415926535. Okay, that's all I know. Let's see. 3.1415926535. Okay, so I got up to there, which is pretty good. Yeah, so my point is like there's a bunch of super useful math methods that like they made. So you can just like you don't have to know all of them. Just know that there's some really super duper useful ones. For example, math.max and math.min. So for this one, you basically put in two numbers. So like math.max, so like I'll say x comma y. You put two numbers in the parentheses and it just returns like whichever one is greater. So that is really useful because if you don't know what like x and y are, you can just say math.max and then it'll just give you the bigger one, right? In the same way, math.min will give you the smaller one. Math.square root will calculate the square root of the number for you. Math.absolute, ABS, will actually calculate the absolute value of the number for you. So this would have been really helpful inside your homework assignment, right? It's like calculate the absolute value of 21 minus a number or something. Yeah, so you could have just returned like math.abs, right? So this would have been really helpful. There's like those are like the important ones. Like again, you don't need to memorize them because you will always be able to look them up, but it's just really helpful to know them. So yeah, that's math. Booleans are like really simple. Excuse me. Like there's literally they can only store two values, true or false. And you know, if I say like this system dot print, I'll make a variable x and x equals 100, and then I'll say x minus 90 is greater than or equal to 15. Okay, so Kate, what do you think this is going to return? Or what do you think this will print out? This code right here.
Like 10 is greater than or equal to 15.
Right. So that is the statement. So is that true or false?
It would be false. So it would
Exactly.
return false.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, in Java, like you like booleans, like you can say explicitly like true or false, but also something like this is also a boolean statement because like the answer is a boolean. Like this will return true or false. In this case, it returns false, right? So it doesn't have to be the word like true or the word false. If I say like boolean A is equal to true, boolean B is equal to false, and then I say print A and B. Karen, do you think this will print true or false?
True. Wait.
No, take your time. Take your time. Kate, if you want to help her out.
Isn't it false?
Why? Why is that?
Because since A is true and B is false, like, oh wait, would it like print out true and false?
No, it's only printing out one. So, come on, defend your answer. Come on, you're right. It is the answer is false.
Okay, since there is a false, like that makes it false.
So, so how can I make it? How can? No, you're right. So how can I make it print true though?
It would have to be B
What
and
about
B.
B and B?
Oh,
That's
like,
false.
you have to be true. Oh no, sorry. Sorry. I meant to say it would have to be just like A and A, or B would have to be switched to equal true.
Exactly. And Karen, I heard you say the same thing, right? So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
If we print this right now, A and B will print false. But if I say A and A, that'll print true. Or if I say A and B and then I make B equal to true, that'll also print true. So now, what if I say A and B? Oh, sorry, A or B. Let's say I change this to A or B, and B is false. Now, what am I going to print? True or false?
True.
Okay. What do you
True.
think? So what do you guys think is true now?
Because it's A or B, and A. Wait, no, false. One of them is true.
Oh, we have a contender. Okay, so Karen explained her answer. So Kate, why do you say it's false?
Okay, so I think it's false because like even though because like B is still false. So even though it's like or like it could still be false. I don't know if that actually I'm not sure.
It kind of makes sense. I get what you're saying. So how about if I said this instead? If my name is Joe or your name is Kate, like I don't know, like do 5 jumping jacks. Would you do 5 jumping jacks?
Wait, I don't get that question.
Like let's say okay, it's a weird question. Okay, let's say I like this is what I told you. Like I'm your like PE teacher or something. I don't know why I thought of this. Okay, so like I like if my name is like Joe or your name is Kate, then do 5 jumping jacks. Would you do 5 jumping jacks?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, why is that?
Because so it would be true.
It would be true, yeah.
Because it's like everyone in the class whose names are like Joe and Kate, they do the jumping jacks.
Wait, no, wait. There's no one else in the class. It's just you.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like both. Yeah, okay. Wait, what was the question? So if basically the PE teacher was like, do 5 jumping jacks if your name is Joe or Kate? Is that what you said?
No, if my name is Joe or your name is like Karen.
Okay, yeah, so you do it then.
Why is that?
Because they're telling you to do it.
Well, you only have to do it if like my name is Joe or your name is Karen.
But my
So-
name is Kate, so I would do it.
Exactly, right? So even though my name is not Joe, your name is still Kate. So even though only one of those two things is true, like the whole thing still equals true. So
Okay, I get it.
yeah, you get it. So like if it's A or B, as long as A or B is true, the answer is still true. Right?
Okay.
So we can go ahead and run this, and the answer is true, right? So instead, if A was false and B was false, then A or B would return false.
Oh, I get it. I get
Yeah,
it. Okay.
yeah, you got it. Okay, so now I'll give you guys like one last one. So I'm going to introduce a third variable C. So I'll say A and B or C. So now I want you guys to evaluate this, and this will be the last one. So we'll just return true or false. If you're to talk out loud, you know.
Mm, false.
Is it Karen? You said false.
Yeah. Okay, it's false. Yeah, it's false. It's false.
Okay, wait, hang on. Final answer for both of you guys.
False. Like 100%.
Like okay, Karen, you too.
False, I think. Wait, I'm scared now. You're making me hesitant. Okay,
Okay,
wait,
yeah,
because
yeah.
the reason why I think that is because when it was just A and B and A was true and B was false, it would have printed out false. So in this case, we know that that part is false. So then if it says or false, then it would print out false.
It's false and false,
Is that
right? Or false or false.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah. So you're not false.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Perfect. You guys got it. So yeah, the answer is false. I think you guys have mastered brilliance. So that's good on you guys. Okay. There's like one last thing. I'll try to squeeze this in like the last 3 minutes, and then I'll give you guys a break. So the last thing is like loops. So I'm sure you guys have learned loops, right? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. So I'll just teach you guys like two types of loops for now. First is called a for loop. So if I want to print the numbers from 1 to 10, I can make a for loop. So I'll say 4, and then inside the parentheses, I need to put 3 things: my start value, my end value, and like my change value, how much I'm changing. So I'll make a variable called I, and I'll set it equal to 1. So that's my start value. My end value will be 10, so I has to be less than or equal to 10. And then my change value will be I, add 1 to I every time. So I plus plus. I can also say I plus equals 1, or I equals I plus 1. And then I can just print I, right? So if I print this, if I run this, it's going to print 1 through 10. Okay, so Karen, how would I change this for loop so that I only print every other number? So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Wait, can you repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah, how do I change this for loop? This line right here, so that I print only every other number. So like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Uh,
No? Better? So there's only 3 things on this line, right? It's the start value, the end value, and the change value, the increment value. So One of those three things has to be one.
What would be the last one?
The change value, right? Yeah, exactly. How do you know that?
Because that one is that one that adds by 1, so it would be I don't know how to.
You're so close. You are literally like correct. So right now we're adding 1 to I every time, but I don't want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So I'm not adding 1.
Yeah.
I'm adding 2. So how do I change it? So instead of I plus equals 1, it would be I plus equals
2.
Yeah, 2, because I want to add 2 to I every time. So we'll print 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, Kate. Actually, both of you guys. I know we want to break after this. I'll do the while loop after. I want both of you guys to collaborate and figure out how I can print all the multiples of 3 from 10 to 100. Okay, go.
Wait, all the multiples of 3 from 10 to the. Okay.
And for this one, I'll give you guys some more freedom, so you don't have to change the for loop header. You can like do more stuff inside the for loop. That's up to you guys.
So I is 3. Yeah, I is equal to 3.
Right here.
And then it's less than or equal to 100. Wait, why 100?
Because I said all the multiples of 3 from 10 to 100.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. And then it would be times 3, like times equals 3.
equals 3.
Like multiplication instead of addition.
Interesting idea.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wait, no, that's not gonna work.
So yeah, you can see the results below.
Oh wait. It did work, right?
Okay, yeah, it did.
No, it did not. Like,
Wait, what's the question?
like I want to print like from 10 to 100, the multiples of 3. So that means like 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30.
Oh wait, I'm missing the
Weird. Why did it print?
Oh, no,
Oh.
you're good. Yeah.
I equals 10.
Yeah.
So I equals 10. That's right. Okay. And then what?
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So all between 10 and 100, all the multiples of 3. So 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, so on and so forth.
Wait, isn't that it?
Yeah, I can run it if you want.
I don't think it's right.
So those are
Oh my god. Would it be instead of the last thing being 3, would it be 10?
No, I don't think it would be.
yeah, it's not. I can try that. It's not that.
Yeah, I know.
Actually closer. Right.
What do I want?
What about what?
1.
1? Oh boy.
I know.
Wait,
We're gonna,
I'm so
no, it's fine. That's a good guess. you're gonna throw an error on my computer. So my computer's gonna crash. So you see, it's running
Oh.
forever until I stop it. So this is called an infinite loop. And the reason why is because this last part right here is the change value, right? So we start I at 10, and then every single time we're changing it by multiplying it by 1. So it's never changing. So like we only break out of this loop once I reaches 100, but since it's like always just equal to 10, it'll never reach 100. So this is called the
Oh.
infinite loop. Yeah, so we do not want to do that. Yeah. You're actually closer right here.
Okay. This is like I don't know.
I'm confused.
Come on, you guys got it. Like, how do you go from 12 to 15 to 18 to 21 to 24? Like, let's say I was like your math teacher, and I was like, what is the slope of the line? Actually, no, that's kind of dumb. Okay, but what do you like? How do you go like from 15 to 18? Like, what are you doing?
From 15 to 18,
You
you add 3.
you subtract no from 15 to 18 you subtract 3.
You add 3,
You should
right?
3 to go to 15 to 8 to 8.
Wait, I thought you said 18.
Yeah, 15. No, 15 to 18.
Wait, 16 to 18?
15 to
15.
18.
Oh, 15 to 8. Oh, okay. Yeah, you add 3.
Exactly. You add.
Wait. I think I know this. Wait. Okay, so would it be 6? Can you just try it out?
Times 6.
Yeah.
It's not that cute.
Good guess.
Oh. Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Because okay, I have
So you guys are like multiplying 6 to I every time right now. So that's
yeah,
not
I
good
don't
because
think it's
yeah, it was. I think you're closer when you had.
Oh, sorry. I meant okay, yeah, switch it to an addition.
Okay, now we're closer. And now we have this. So you see the numbers.
3.
3.
3. There you go. That's a good guess. So let's try that. We got it right. So 10. Oh wait. So we're going up by 3, but these are not the multiples of 3. Right.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So we just need to shift everything over. So instead of starting at 10, which is not a multiple of 3, where do we start?
At 3.
No, I still want the numbers between 10 to 100.
12.
12.
12, exactly, right? So change this to 12. There you go. Perfect. We finally got it. Great job, guys.
Fine.
Okay. So go ahead and take your break. It's 8:20 right now. Come back in like 8 minutes. So 8:27. Yeah, go get water or whatever you need. Um, so first, I just want to check in with you, Christian. How are things going?
What do you mean?
Like, do you have any questions on the problems or like? How are you feeling?
Oh no. I struggled a bit on the last two, but other than that, it was like I solved it. So
Perfect.
um
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So since you managed to get all of them, I did an extra problem for you to do. So it's called organizing containers of bulbs. So um, here I can. It looks like this. Just look at this. So this is title. You got it? Yeah.
So I got to the problem,
Yeah.
right? And so I just read
Yeah.
it and I
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Just
solve
solve
it,
it.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is like I guess like your little challenge problem for the day, since you managed to do all the other ones. And I will, if you manage to finish this early, I will put the homework up. Um, and you should wait. Oh, that reminds me. Have you done on coding bat? Can you open that really quickly? So I just want to run through your coding bat quickly with you. So you've done warm ups 1 and 2, right? Okay. Have you done? So now, okay. So you basically finished strings. So once I give you like the last two problems for string 3 today, you'll be done with that. Have you done? You finished logics 1 and 2, both of them? Or no?
Not logic 2. I wasn't able to finish logic 2.
Okay. Wait, I thought that was the homework for last time. You not finish or?
So it's like I did them while not logged in. So how do I say that? It's like there's no check marks or anything on logic 2.
Okay, okay, that's okay. Um, so I'll just say finish that, finish logic 2 as part of your homework, but you already did it, so it shouldn't take very long. So you finished warm up, you finished string, logic. How far are you on the arrays? Have you done array 1?
Yeah,
Have you
I
done
finished.
array 2?
Array 2, not yet. I
Okay,
haven't started array 2.
okay, okay. So we'll get you on array 2 then. So the first like 6 problems. So count even. Okay. One dot array 2 and even 2. Okay. So I'll just upload your homework right now in the Discord. So if you happen to finish early, um, you can go ahead and get started on that. That's for you. And then before I forget, Kate and Karen, I'll put up your homework too. Okay, perfect. So Kate and Karen, your guys' homework is just gonna be to um do it to practice it, start practice it. So I'll teach you guys how to use that website, and then do some more coding back. So you guys did warm up one for homework last time, right? So was it? You guys said it was good, like for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So So we're gonna continue working through warm up one, and then I'll just show you guys right now how to use practice it. So I don't know if you guys have used the website before, but if you just literally just search up like practice it, um, like this website that like these people made with a bunch of cool like helpful coding problems on it. So have you guys used it before? Do you have accounts?
Yeah, I do have an account.
Okay, perfect. Karen, you do too? Okay, perfect. Excuse me. So if you go ahead and log on, have you done fifth edition like chapter 2? Like, what have you guys done?
So we've done. Wait, let me go on to it.
We've done like self-check 2.1 to 2.3.
Okay. On fifth edition?
Yeah.
Perfect. So was that like one week's homework for you guys? Like how was that?
Well, we kind of like did some in class and then we like finished it up. Like he just told us to like finish it up for homework and then he gave us like another like site to like practice.
Did it take you guys a long time, or was it pretty short?
No, not really.
Wait, what? Do you mean like the full doing 1 to 15?
No, well,
Or like,
no, just like one to three. What you guys did.
oh, 1 to
Yeah.
3?
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. It was like good. It was like,
Oh, okay, perfect. So, actually, what I had planned for you guys is like to do 1 to 10. Just like so, you guys already have 1 to 3 finished, so it's only 4 through 10. 4 and 5 are the only ones that kind of take a while because if you look, like it's just a bunch of numbers. But like after that, 6 through 10 are pretty short. So just try like 4 through 10, and obviously if you guys can't finish, that's totally okay. But I'll just like put that as a homework for now. So just let me know how that goes next week. Yeah, that's basically your homework for next week. It's just gonna be 2.4 to 2.10 for self-check in chapter 2, and then just the next 2 rows of homework 1. So I think near 100 to front 3. It's like
Okay.
wait, homework 1 missing character to front 2. Oh, it looks like you guys already did that. Did you?
We did up to wait, let me check.
Yeah. I think you guys did up to not string, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I
did
think so.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so then missing character to front 2. So the fourth and fifth rows. So yeah, that's what you guys see. Okay, yeah, so that's uploaded. So I think just to finish off class today, we're just going to cover while loops and arrays pretty quickly, and then I'll try to think of some like hard like problem or something that I can give you guys, and then if you can code it correctly, like you guys can like work together, then I'm thinking it'll just be like hard enough. So if you guys code it to like correctly, then you know your reward is you can finish class like a little early or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, hope you guys pay close attention. Okay, so we've covered up to 4 loops for now. So as of now, so we'll cover the other type of loop, which we didn't get to before break, and that is the while loop. So the while loop is actually like easier than the for loop. So the way the while loop works, it's like the same thing as the for loop, but instead of putting 3 different like things in the parentheses, you only put 1, and that's like the middle section right here. It's like while this is true. So I would say like int x equals like I'll say int counter, like this is my counter, equals 12. I want to do the exact same thing, right? So we use this for loop to print out all the multiples of 3 between 10 and 100. So let's say I want to do the same thing exactly with the while loop. So I have to make the int number like outside of the while loop first. So in counter, I'll start it at 12. And then I'll say while counter is less than or equal to 100. And then what do I actually do in the loop? Every time I will print the number counter. Right? And then I have to make sure in the while loop that I manually update the counter. So counter plus equals 3. Because in the for loop, when you make a for loop, you have to put in all 3 things: the start value, the end value, and the increment value. But in a while loop, you only have to put in one thing, like the end value, like while counter is less than equal to 100. So it's up to you to like put in the start value and the change value. Otherwise, you're gonna have all sorts of errors, right? So I'll go ahead and delete this. So let's see what happens if we run this. Right? So you can see we end up doing the exact same thing, right? So yeah, that's kind of the main difference between a for loop and a while loop. They're like they do the same thing essentially, but a while loop is helpful when you don't know like when you have to stop. So like a for loop, you have to like when you make a loop, you have to explicitly define like, okay, I want to start here and I want to end here. A while loop is useful when you're like, okay, I need to like do this a couple of times until like something happens, like I don't know what that is. Then you'd use like a while loop, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's just the while loop. Super simple. And then the last thing is arrays. So I assume you guys have learned arrays. Yes, no?
Yeah,
You did. Okay. So if I asked you to like,
I think.
okay,
I don't really remember.
okay, that's okay. So just to keep it like super simple, an array in Java is a data structure. So up to now, you guys have learned the data types, right? So data types are like the string, the boolean, the int, the character. A data structure is basically something that like is like a structure. So it like takes in all those data types and like stores them or combines them somehow. It's like a house, right? So an array is like the you got like the first data structure you'll ever learn in Java. So this is your first one, right? So what an array looks like if you were to draw it out is literally like a rectangle. So it literally looks like this. So this would be an array of size 4 because it has 4 like boxes. And then let's say we'll make it like an integer array. So this will have like 8, like 4, 0, and like -3, right? So an array, when you make an array, you cannot like change. You cannot have like a bunch of different data types in it. You have to like pick one data type, and then that is like what that array is. So this is an array of integers. I am not allowed to put like strings in here or doubles in here or whatever, right? So this array is in an integer array of length 4, just like that. So let's say like let's go ahead and make that in Java in code, right? So in order to make an array, I would say data type, so int, and then brackets is like stands for array equals new int. Oh wait, I have to put the name. So let's call it array equals new int, and then brackets again. But in the second bracket, I have to put the size. So like that. Okay, so let's say I wanted to make a string array of size 10. How would I do that? Just kind of like work together for sure. Chicken.
Okay, int. And then wait, I'm
String array.
confused. Wait,
So
a
yeah.
string?
Yeah, so here, this is how you make an int array of size 4. So int, like my int array equals new int 4. So this is how I just made an integer array of size 4. So now I want to make a string array of size 10. So it's the same format basically, but you have to change like the data type stuff. So tell me how to do that.
So string and then bracket and then my string array
Mhm.
and then equals new array bracket.
Wait, so the array is not right.
Oh,
New int.
wait, sorry, new string.
But yeah, new string because we're making a string array.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then bracket.
I want it to be size 10.
4.
I want it to be no. So in the second bracket, you put how big you want it to be. In this case, I want it to be size 10. So I'll put bracket 10 like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Kate, can you tell me how to make let's see, a Boolean array of size like
Wait, really quickly. Wait, why do you want it to be 10 in the inside instead of 4?
because I want my string array to be um like I want to make it so it has 10 spaces. So like
Oh, okay, I see.
yeah, the number is the size. Okay, so Boolean array of size 50.
Wait, Boolean array what?
Boolean, I want to make a Boolean array of size 50. So
Okay.
the template is the same. You just have
So
to change.
okay. So Boolean, and then the brackets,
Mhm.
and then my string. Or wait, my Boolean
Mhm.
array.
That's just the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Equals new Boolean
Uh-huh.
bracket 50.
Yeah, perfect. Just like that. Um, okay. So now how would let's say I want to take this my int array thing, but I want to take the integer array and I want to fill it with the numbers 0 through 3. How would I do that? So have you guys learned what indexes are? Yes, no, maybe so.
Um,
I can go over them really
uh,
quickly if that's helpful.
okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So take a look at this this array that I drew here, this integer array, right? It has 4 numbers in it. So like if I'm a computer and I look at this array and I want to like pick out the 0, how do I do that, right? So because an array holds a bunch of different like stuff inside. So how do you pick out just one thing, right? A specific thing. So arrays actually use an index system, right? So think of an array kind of like a line, right? So let's say like it's summer and you're like it's like hot outside and you guys are all waiting in line like to get ice cream, right? So um this 8 is like at the front of the line basically at the left. So this is called index 0. This 8 is in position 0. This 8 is like up next, right? And then this 4 is at position 1, and then the 0 is at position 2, and this negative 3 is in position 3. So think of it as like a line, and this is like the door of the shop or something, or whatever. So these indexes, these red numbers here at the top, kind of describe the position they are in line. So 8 is in index 0, 4 is index 1, 0 is index 2, and negative 3 is index 3. So if I were to ask
Oh,
you,
wait.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I know. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember.
yeah. So if I asked you, what index is negative 3 at, what would you say?
3. 3.
3, exactly.
And
Yeah. So what about 4? What index is 4 at?
1.
1. Okay. And then what's the number at index 0?
8.
Okay. What's the number at the index of length minus 1?
Wait, length minus
1 is your index.
4.
What's 4?
0. Oh, wait.
So the index is length minus 1. So what's the number at the index length minus 1? So first you need to figure out what the length of the array is.
4, right?
So minus 1 is
3.
so yeah.
It's
So that's
negative.
good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
negative 3. Exactly. So that's what indexes are, right? And no matter what array, like no matter what size or data type, arrays indexes always start at the number 0. So if I wanted to basically make if I wanted to like fill this my int array with the numbers 0 through 3, I would use a for loop, right? So for, and then my I would have to start from 0 at end of 3. So int I equals 0, I is less than 3, I is less than 4, I plus plus. and this I is gonna be my index in the array. So I'm gonna say my int array at index I is equal to I. So what this is saying is my int array at index 0 when I equals 0 is gonna be 0, and then my int array at index 1, which is the second number, will be 1, and then it'll be 2, and then it'll be 3. So if we go ahead and print this array out, sorry, it's like overlapped with the code with the drawing right now. Why is there an error? Let's see. Okay, yeah, let's try it again. Yeah, so you can see my int array will print out 0, 1, 2, 3. So does this for loop make sense to you guys? I think this is kind of like the biggest jump. It's like kind of understanding that in order to like go through an array, you need to use a for loop to loop through an array, because it has like an array has multiple like numbers inside. So a loop is the only
Yeah.
way to go through it. Yeah. And so when you use a loop to go through an array, the the number is like the index of the array. So you always start the index at 0, and you always go until like the size of the array. Does it make sense? This is like, I think this is the hardest part to understand. So what I want you guys to do now then is open up Eclipse on your computers, and you guys can work together. Basically, your exit ticket for today's class is I want you guys to create an array of doubles of size, let's say like 50, that is filled with numbers that is like twice the index. So that sounds complicated. So what does that mean? That means that you're gonna have an array that's 50 spaces long, that's filled with doubles, and the numbers are gonna be like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the last number will be 100. So it's like 2 times.
Wait. So
yeah,
50 spaces long, and then
Yeah.
it has to be double.
yeah.
And
It has to be twice. The number that goes inside is twice the index.
twice the what? Sorry.
Twice the index. So at index 0, it would be 0. And then at index 1, it would be 2. Index 2 would be 4. So 0, 2, 4, 6, and 10. And so on and so forth.
Oh, okay. I see.
And all the way up to what number?
There's 50 spaces. So it'll be 0 through 100.
Okay.
You guys, like, if you want, you can share your screen. Or actually, I think it's helpful if I leave this up, because this will like provide you guys like a template to look at. But yeah. So I'll leave this up. Feel free to collaborate. I think that's a pretty smart idea. Yeah, give it a shot, guys. Yeah, execute it. So. Are you guys like talking to each other? I can't tell. Sorry, I just want to.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Are you guys like talking to each other? I can't tell. I think it's smart that you guys work together.
No, we're not. Because like we're in different rooms.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be smart if you guys like collaborated. I feel like you guys would solve it faster.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, you can tell me what to type, and I can type it.
Oh, so should I just like tell you what to type then?
Yeah, you guys can just
Or-
yeah. You want to?
Okay. So okay, so it would be int.
Wait, I want it to be double.
Oh, sorry. Okay, double
Yeah.
bracket my double array.
Mhm.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I think that's wrong. Okay.
Wait, shouldn't it be a for loop? Like,
Yeah, a for loop. So okay, not that.
Okay. So. Okay.
So it would be like for
Uh-huh.
parentheses double and wait, if it's double, would you do d equals something instead of I equals?
That's a good question. You can make it whatever you want. Like I say I because like I stands for integer, but I could say like int a or int like int
Okay.
counter. It can be whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just do I is equal to 0.
and
And
then
then I
is
Mm-hmm. I as well.
less than or equal to 0. Or no, 100. Right? I think.
Okay.
And then um
I plus plus.
uh-uh. It's not I plus plus because it has to like mm,
So how much do you want it to change by?
wait, what? Sorry.
How much do you want I to change by?
It would be I plus plus because it's I'm pretty sure it's I plus plus.
So I think the main thing that's confusing you guys right now is like you're trying to fill in the indexes with different numbers that are not the indexes. So like your indexes are 0 through 50, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But your values are like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 to 100. So you should pick. Is your I gonna be your indexes or your values? I'll give you a hint. It should be your indexes. You want your I to be your indexes, not your values. So you want your I to
Okay.
be from 0 to 50, basically.
Okay, so then you would switch the middle one instead of
100
100
to 50. Yeah, I accidentally misinterpreted. Yeah.
Yeah. So 0 to 50.
And then
I plus plus.
Yeah, exactly. Because your indexes go up one by one.
Yeah, and then you do my
Mm-hmm.
double
Mm-hmm.
array
Mm-hmm.
I and then bracket I.
Mm-hmm.
equals
Mm-hmm.
I think
Equals what?
I.
Okay, so if I do this, then it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll just be the indexes. So I want twice the
Oh.
indexes. Yeah.
So
2I or like 2 times I.
Yeah, exactly. 2 times I.
Okay.
Okay, so really close. And now we can just print out my double array. So you're really, 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 really close. But there's one problem. We don't have a mind double array. You guys never made one.
Oh, yeah.
oh
Yeah.
wait. Okay, so we had to do okay.
Yeah.
And so okay, so double bracket my double array
Mhm.
equals new double bracket
Yeah.
50.
Exactly. Okay, so let's go ahead and try running it. Oh, okay. Okay, so it looks like index is okay. You guys are basically right. I'll just change this to let's see. Yeah, nice. You got it. So it's like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All the way to 100 or 98. So yeah, nice job, guys. So it is what 9 for you guys? Yeah. So it's 9. So that is the end of class. So great job, guys. Christian, I just want to check in with you. How's the problem going?
So I actually had a question because I feel like my code is right. Like I don't see any problems with it, but it's telling me I keep on getting the same answers wrong. Like I
Okay.
kind of need like a fresh set of eyes on it.
Okay.
Like I see the code like quite a while ago, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll take a look at that after class at some point. I'll get back to you. But I like just take a break. Like it is class. Then in class, I don't want to hold you guys over. So I'll get back to you with that pretty soon. But until I do, like no need to like add it onto your homework or something. You can just continue it next class or whenever. So yeah, great job. Thank you guys so much for coming today. It is wait before I forget, we need to get class picture. Sorry. Okay, I don't make the rules, you know. Okay, cheese on 3. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for coming, guys. And
Bye,
do your
thank
homework.
you.
Yeah, see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.